We've been around for 50 years. We started as a newspaper. We're not just a newspaper anymore. We're a multimedia organization. We still have the newspaper because some people like to feel the ink between their fingers. But we also have a website. We have our email blast. We have our social media. And on occasion, we have a radio show. We just did a radio show with GoGo Radio the other day. We work with TV stations. We have the Spelling Bee. Dr. Sharon Holmes is here, who's the coordinator of DC Public Schools, the Spelling Bee on NBC4. We have a partnership with DC Cable Network. So we have many ways to reach out and touch our community. But 95% of what goes on in the world is positive, but you only hear about the 5% that's negative. You're not going to hear about the negative in the Washington Informer. If you look at our paper, and I urge all of you to read it because there will be a test later on, you'll see positive news about our community from our perspective. We strive to educate, empower, and inform. And we like to create relationships. We've been creating relationships for 50 years. So
now, this is a photo exhibit, right? And what my daddy loved pictures. My father used to say, nobody gives a damn about all them words. People want to see pictures of themselves. They want to see their faces in the newspaper. And he loved seeing his face in the newspaper, right, Mom? Loved seeing his face in the newspaper. So, you know, it was real important. And I love photographers. So this stage is small, but if I can get Roy Lewis. Roy? Maurice Fitzgerald, Milton Williams, Chevy Lassiter, Akmal Morkill, where's Ron Caesar? Ron Caesar. Ron Caesar's around here somewhere. Okay, Ron, come on up. Who am I missing? Khalid, Najee Allah. Khalid, where are you? Khalid just left us, that's why I forgot his name. And who else? Anybody else that's here tonight? I don't see Victor. Is Victor Holt here? I could tell you all a million stories about these gentleman and lady. We've only had really 3 photographers besides myself Roy lets me call myself a photographer. Chevy's probably one of 3. Daisy Kent was one, and Lucy Murphy was another female photographer that shot for us. But, you know, if it were not for them and some of they get dogged, I'm telling you. You walk in the door, you say you're from the Washington Informer, and sometimes folks turn their noses up at you because you're not from the Washington Post or AP or some other news organization. But they have found a way to gain respect for who they are and what they do, and I just want you all to help me to congratulate these fantastic photographers.
We're glad you're here. You get a chance to see some of our work. And if you read the article, most of us are quoted in the article, and you get a chance to get some insight on, as I was saying today in the meeting, that a lot of people see us all the time, but they don't know, in some cases, don't know our names. They can't associate our names with the photos. But by this event, you not only do you see our names, but you see some of our impressions of our work. And this exhibit is an expanding exhibit, right? So that this is just the beginning. The next time you see it, I think there will be more images, and so it's going to grow. It's like the paper has grown, and so the exhibition is going to grow. We're glad I consider myself a servant. I think we all consider ourselves servants to the community, because we all interact with communities. And the reason why we have the juice is because we cover events that are community organizations, and they know that we're going to fight for them to get them space in the paper. We're going to fight with the editors to have more space, more pictures. And sometimes we're the only ones there. There's not a writer there. There's no writers there. There's no Washington Post there. There's no USA Today. We're happy to be here. And the fact that they allowed us to speak I've been to events like this where the photographers are not allowed to speak. And so Denise, our boss, I really work for Mr. Roloff. I tell him all the time, Mr. Roloff hired me. I'm still working for Mr. Roloff.
No offense, Roy, but I'll let him sign your check this week. And he told me to tell you that. So these are the folks that I work with, and some are still with us, some are off shooting for other people, but their legacy is left on the pages of the Washington Informer in all the photographs, and at some point we want to be able to get these things archived and that you'll be able to see their work for generations. So let's give them another round of applause, and thank you so very much.